Write 7.53619 correct to the nearest whole number. So the number that they give us is 7.53619, and they want us to write this number correct to the nearest whole number. Now, since they want us to write this number correct to the nearest whole number, that means that we're going to concentrate on the digit that is in the ones place. Now, the digit that is in the ones place is definitely 7. And so that means that we're going to circle 7. Next, we have to underline the digit that is to the right of 7, which is 5. And so we underline this, and since we have 5, once it's 5 or more, we round up. So since it's 5 or more, we're going to round up. That means we're going to add 1 to 7. And with a 7 plus 1, the 7 plus 1 is definitely 8. And so what we have here is 8. Now, what we do is we're going to eliminate all of the numbers that are behind the decimal point. We just eliminate them. We just drop them. And we just have 8. And the reason why we just have 8 is because they want it correct to the nearest whole number. All right, so no decimal, no numbers behind the decimal point, none of that. It's just 8. All right, so the answer is 8, and 8 is the nearest whole number. So that's the answer right now. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says that they want us to write this number correct to 1 decimal place. And so let's look at the decimal point, and the number that is to the right of the decimal point is 5. 5 is the first number behind the decimal point. 3 is the second. 6 is the third. And so they want us to write this number correct to 1 decimal place. So we have to look at the first number behind the decimal point, which is 5. So we circle 5. Next, we have to underline the number that is to the right of 5, which is 3. Now, once it's 5 or more, we round up. But whenever it's less than 5, that means that we cannot round up. And so 3 is less than 5. And so we cannot add 1 to 5. We're just going to leave it as is. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to put 7.5. And all of the numbers that are to the back of 5, or all of the numbers that are to the right of 5, we just drop off or we eliminate it. And so that means that our answer here is 7.5. And so that's our answer. Next, we move on to the next question. It states, write 7.53619 correct to 2 significant figures. Now, all non-zero digits are significant. So 7 is significant, 5 is significant, 3 is significant, and so on. But they want us to write this number correct to 2 significant figures. 7 is the first significant number, 5 is the second significant figure. And so we're going to circle 5 because they want it correct to 2 significant figures. Next, we underline the number that is to the right of 5, which is 3. Since 3 is less than 5, we cannot round up. And so we leave it just as is. And so we're just going to have 7.5. And we eliminate the numbers or the digits that are to the right of 5. And so our answer here is 7.5. Next, the question states that they want us to write 7.53619 correct to 4 decimal places. And so here's our decimal point. This is the first number to the right of the decimal point. This is the third number, the second. This is the first number that is to the right of the decimal point, that's 5. Number 3 is the second number that is to the right of the decimal point. Number 6 is the third number that is to the right of the decimal point. And number 1 is the fourth number that is to the right of the decimal point. So number 1 is the fourth number that is behind the decimal point. So 5 is the first number behind the decimal point. 3 is the second number behind the decimal point. 6 is the third number behind the decimal point. And 1 is the fourth number behind the decimal point. And so that means that we have to circle 1. So we have to circle 1, and whatever number is to the right of 1, we underline. In this case, it is 9. And so since 9 is greater than 5, that means that we have to round up. And so we round up every time it's 5 or more. And so 9 is definitely greater than 5. And so we add 1 to 1. And so 1 plus 1 is definitely 2. And so that means that we're going to have 2 right here instead of the 1. So we change the 1 into a 2. And so all of the numbers that came before the 1, we keep. So 7.536 is there. And we change that 1 into 2, but we do not put this 9, right? So we just eliminate the 9, just drop it off. And so that means that our answer is 7.5362. And that's our answer to this question.